What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio here in Mattawa, New Jersey. Listen, lots to get into today. We got Jesus. I mean, first of all, we sold out those boxes in a millisecond. Second of all, the Olympics are starting. Daniel Snyder. We got Jags hiring a new coach. We got it all today. We got a draft. Kevin Durant versus Team LeBron. Sturch versus Gooch. It's going down today. Let's get to it. What's going on, everybody? Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in Mattawa, New Jersey. It's raining. It sucks. Dina's had a morning. I've witnessed it all. It's been a fantastic morning for Dina. I saw her at the gym today, getting all soaking wet with the rain and running down the wrong aisle and almost tripping over herself and then busting ass all over this place. The lobby looks like shit for a second because here goes her Diet Coke. You're having yourself a morning. Good morning to Dina. It is Sturch. It is Gooch. It is Feel Good Friday, right? That's what it's supposed to be. That's what we're doing here.
I gotta say this out of the gate.
What?
I got major Jimmy Palumbo vibes when you were saying, and we're gonna talk about like that was the.
What are you talking about?
Jimmy Palumbo Open.
When I did the Open?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It is what we're trying something new.
It is, the idea is there.
Yeah, no, we have to do it. I'll structure that better because, again, it's just
the echo threw you off.
The echo did throw me off. There was an echo for a second. But there goes the days without incident. I think. Yeah. Does that count?
That counts as an incident? Like a silent. That's definitely an incident.
But nobody actually commented that it happened, unless, again, they're probably watching. If you're starting over, like if somebody starts over, they might hear it. I don't know. We'll see.
Nobody
commented. Ash
what?
is still.
What'd you say?
I said I deserve pity today.
Pity.
Don't
Ash is still in her meeting, which I'm pretty sure she'll be waltzing in here once she's done with her
mid-show.
meeting.
Is she?
Yeah,
She's
that's fine.
come?
She could walk her cutie booty walk right behind me on the camera.
All right. Yeah, Scoop coming in right off the right. Julius, I know we just got that text. We'll get into all that today. But first and foremost, if you want to support Chop Sports, which we just went back over today, as a matter of fact, we went into the patreon.com/Chop Sports. We just updated that. Guys, thank you so much already for the people that are involved in that already, from $3 to $5 to $10. I know Janine upgraded yesterday, so thank you for that. We really appreciate the support. It really helps us get going, helps us grow. And like I said, I can't say enough about it. And as the things get, as we do more stuff, we're going to be able to offer more stuff. You know what I mean? So the thing you announced yesterday, or not announced, but informally announced, that we're going to have some kind of barbecue or something, or
Chop Sports Barbecue.
Chop Sports Barbecue will be going down this summer or spring or whenever it gets nicer and it doesn't look like this outside. So VIPs and those dynasty members will get some serious access to that behind the scenes. Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah, wanted to also give a shout out to all the influx of new organic subs that we got on Twitter over the past couple of days. If you guys are watching, I have a special message for the one Mr. Martin. Was it Craig Martin? Talking shit about our Yankee hats? Yes,
he said he was not excited about the dual Yankee hats. However, we got a message from Nick Shine saying, like, kudos to the dual Yankee hats. So it's really all about taste. And I'm here to tell you that despite our fan allegiance, Cowboys and Packers and Yankees and Knicks and the entire NBA, despite our alliances, I want to say that we do call it down the line. Right, we're not like. I mean, you might say F the Mets a couple times, but let's be honest.
A shred of bias. I'm not a Mets fan. I'm a Yankees fan.
You're not a Mets fan, but right.
If you listen to yesterday's show, any indicator that how unbiased I can be. Now, sometimes when it comes to certain things, I'm biased, obviously, because that's just human nature. But I definitely went through the ESPN top 100 list. I said Reggie Jackson was too high. I said Mo was too high, and I said Derek Jeter was too high.
And in the top 5, there's like 3 Yankees.
And
you know what I mean?
You could make the case that maybe Derek Jeter isn't too high, I guess, and yet some Yankee fans will definitely make that case. He's probably where he should be, but some of the guys that he was above, he didn't deserve to be above.
Gotcha.
Pujols.
A lot of comments coming in. Thanks to the Sauce. He's been a absolute money machine when it comes to the NBA. He's been hitting bets left and right. Congratulations to Sauce and anybody who's riding with the Sauce on that. But speaking of winning money,
he's on a nice little YouTube run with the NBA. It's like 7-2-1.
Yeah. He's been all those videos. Listen, those videos are detailed. They got the let's run it through the spreadsheet. I've been saying that in my head for the last.
Yesterday was
days.
the first time my father watched like a new age NBA game with the Suns and the Hawks, and he was like, "Bro, I can't believe how often it's like just back and forth." I'm like, "Yeah, get used to it. That's basketball now."
Leave that up, Dina, or take it down, Dina. There it is. Biscuit, what up? Good morning. He says, "Good morning from Florida." New fan. Right there. So congratulations to you. You join us. That's a pleasure and a privilege for you to join us every single day at 11 o'clock. So thank you so much. Carl coming in with the Yankee hats with a thumbs up. So again,
shout out to my boy Biscuit.
I like that name. There's a lot of cool
Florida
YouTube
man
names out there
named Biscuit.
Dude, wait a minute.
What was
the one guy's name the other day? It came in like, or
it was like head in a booty or
head in a
like
booty
that.
hole or something like that. I was like, wow, that's got to be the greatest name I've ever seen. But anyway, so big news last night, yesterday.
Biscuit's not a fan of the Yankee hats either.
I hate the Yankees.
Sorry, Biscuit.
Well, he
thank
might.
you for being
If he's
here
a Florida
anyway.
guy, he's a Florida guy. So I want to say Tampa Bay, or I want to say a relocated Florida guy who likes another team.
Maybe the Braves.
Biscuit. Now you're putting on the spot, bro. You have to come out and say who you rock with. So anyway, lots to get into, including the record-setting box pool yesterday, bro. We put this up. There it is right there. Okay. All your names are there. Trust me, it's all accurate. It's all up to date. It's all legit. And guess what? To those who thought for whatever reason we were taking any money off the top, you're a loser, and we're not doing that. Okay. So there's a big box pool, put the background back up, please.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, that too. But anyway, so the box pool is all set. It filled up so fast that we're going to do another one. We're going to launch it today, probably right after this show. It'll be $25 a box. So we're going a little lower, which I guess.
So in this one, we're only going to take $25.
Yeah, we're only going to take 25 off the top. No worries. But yeah, so that'll be available at the end of this show. Do not call any numbers out in the show. It's not going to be not even like it's not going to be acknowledged.
It's not launched. I'm giving first dibs to one person if he so chooses to take a box.
He does not. He already talked to me.
Who?
TJ?
Toast.
Oh yeah, Toast. And then no, not. I was thinking about TJ. He said, "Don't worry about it. He's in like 15 boxes. He just didn't want us to be one short." And I said, "Oh, I
good man,
appreciate
TJ.
you."
Give me a gold card.
Biscuit coming back. Huge Cardinals fan. Used to go to Busch Stadium every summer with my grandpa. I like it.
So then yesterday I pretty much fell on the sword for Albert Pujols against all my Yankee brethren, and I said that Albert Pujols ranked below Derek Jeter is very, very egregious by ESPN. Albert Pujols is arguably my favorite non-Yankee of all time.
You'll get 13 on this one. All right. I know I gave 13 to my brother on the last one. You'll definitely get 13 on this one, but that's it. Nobody else say anything.
Toast
We'll
might
launch
fight
that.
him on that.
What?
That's Toast's
favorite
number.
Oh, for the love of
Scoop,
God.
you're out, bro.
I
That's
can't.
literally why I said you get first dibs. But Toast also said that he's really not in a position to buy squares. He called them Super Bowl squares.
He did.
I was like, you were.
And shout out to the guy who said, "How does this work?" I just thought it was like, it's like, what peanut butter and what jelly is. You should know what a Super Bowl box pool is.
Yeah, but you know what?
True.
Look,
you may have never played.
Look,
so
there's some people that don't
sent him
know.
an article.
And we're not here to bash people. This is a safe space. Come learn about all your sports on Chop Sports.
There you go. That's why you tune into us each and every day at 11 o'clock. You might learn something. But anyway, so let's get to the picking of the numbers. How about that? We wanted people to come in to watch this live as it happens. So I'm going to bring it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this little share screeneroo thing. Yep, said screeneroo. So that's what I said. And we're going to bring this up. So now that is the wheel. Okay. So we're going to do this in top order. I don't know who you put up top. Who'd you put up top? The Bengals or the Rams?
The Bengals are on the top.
The Bengals are on the top. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to go across. Do you see me and Gooch on the screen along with this?
Yes.
Sure.
Awesome. Because I don't. I'm actually manning the wheel right now. So I don't know what's being said or seen on this. But here we go. We're going to do it quick. We're going to randomize it just so it's live and everybody can see it, because I'm not going to sit there and say, "Oh, it's rigged. I can't believe it. They gave themselves the good numbers." First of all, for those of you who get like the 0-0s and the 3-3s and the 7-7s, right? And you're like, "I got that," and they never hit, like almost never.
No, that's not true. They
I know, but it feels
hit,
like there's no such thing.
I
to
know
me
they
as
hit because
good numbers.
I looked at Toast.
For Christ's sake,
graph yesterday.
that guy came out of the woodwork with a spreadsheet of saying. Anyway, let's get to it. So Bengals, starting at the AFC. Here we go. We're spinning the first number. Dina, write these down for me, please. First number is 6. Oh, you won your 6. That's great. Next one. Coming up at you. Super Bowl numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, and Gooch, keep me on the comments here. 7 on that. So 6 and 7. Now, look, if there's a duplicate, We'll spin it again. I don't know if it's going to give me a duplicate. I found the site literally this morning. So 6, 7, and of course it happens again. So that's my right. Let's try it again.
Yes, Bobby. This is a free site.
Oh, actually, you know what? I should eliminate them. But anyway,
it's wheeldecide.com. So we're
4, 6, 7, 4. So I'm going to remove them actually. 6, 7, and 4 are being removed. Reset wheel. There. No, that's not right. Anyway. All right. Anyway, let's try this again. 6, 7, 4 are the first 3 numbers. Here's a 1. 6, 7, 4, 1. Let me know when I run out of numbers. Here we go. Number 1. The next one across is.
I'm liking one of my.
There's
numbers.
a 0, the infamous 0. They're rooting for a nope score. So 6, 7, 4, 1, 0. Is that no? 6, 7.
7, 4, 1, 0.
Okay, that's where we're at. Let me know when I'm done with this because I literally don't even know. And is the 1 already happening? All right, here we go again. Let's try it again. This is the most dead air of all time, but this is probably a bad idea. There's the 7 that already happened. Yeah, we are in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens on live radio. Here comes a 4. That's already done too, right?
We are done for.
We are going to be kicked out of here.
So Bobby,
there's a 5, ladies and
Bobby,
gentlemen. There's a way to do it. So tell me which ones are done. Tell me which ones are done.
6, 7, 4, 1, 0, 5.
All right,
Yeah,
0's gone,
3.
5's gone, 1's gone. So 2, 3, 8, and 9
Yes.
are left.
Yes.
There it is. 2, 3, 8, 9 are left. So there we have it. Watch, it's going to come up on an empty spot. It is. It's son of a bitch. You have to like reset the wheel. Oh, reset the wheel, Dave. Oh, you suck.
So what is it? It's gonna blow my speakers out. Kyle, what are you talking about?
Oh, is there noise to this? Oh, I don't know. I didn't know there was noise to this, but this is a bad idea. This is a very bad idea, by the way. And I really wish I didn't do this. Because now I'm just spinning, and
Yeah, it actually is pretty fucking hilarious.
I mean, this is the worst decision.
Watching Dave.
I'm sweating over here.
Watching Dave struggle.
Give me a number.
Oh,
Why don't we just
my
go to the
God.
nearest? I guess you can't.
You can't, bro. Come the fuck. That's on the line. That's on the line. Give me a 2.
Nothing.
That's a 2. Fuck you. That's a 2. What else we got? We got 3 more numbers to go. This is ridiculous. Why did I do this?
3,
It's so
8, or
done.
9.
So dumb. 3, 8, and a 9 are left, and I can't seem to do it.
Right
I don't do it. Oh, come on. I don't know why I
Give
did
that
this.
one a 3.
This is the worst YouTube
Yeah.
video of all time. And
So
it's
that's just
this-
really.
we're giving a 3 to that one, and we're giving a 2 to that one.
No.
Christ.
8, 9.
This is the most frustrating thing I've ever done. I don't think I want to do this for the next round. I don't. 9.
9.
Boom. Is that it?
Yo,
Next one's 8, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Biscuit just said that the buzzing sound woke his 1-year-old up from the nap. So we're 0 for 2 with Biscuit. We got Yankee hats on and we're waking up his 1-year-old. Biscuit, bear with us, bro. We're gonna get to
Oh my
sports in a second. I
God,
promise.
this is
Kyle says,
terrible.
Dave, put 2
What?
2s, 2 3s, 2 8s, and 2 9s in there next time.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate that. Was Kyle who said that?
AFC
He's a
numbers
fucking
are set.
expert over here. Oh my goodness, great! This
AFC
is
numbers.
by
Guys, give us
far the
44
greatest thing in the
minutes.
world.
At least we know we're gonna have a full hour-long show today.
So
No
here we
question
go.
about it.
Are you ready? Down the sides. Here we go.
My mother said, honestly, it's good. It's fine. Don't take it so hard. This is the legendary Judy.
I
Gucci
know. All
coming in
right.
with
First
the-
number. Thank you,
with
Judy.
the-
I really appreciate you. I've always appreciated you. Here we go. First number is 1, ladies and gentlemen. 1 is your first number. Their second number coming down the side here. I'm sorry about the buzzing, by the way. 8. There's actually what do you call it? A sound effect. I didn't know. So 1, 8. So far, we're on a good spot here. We got a 9. So that's 3 runs in a row here.
That's how we started last
I
time,
know.
too.
That's how we started last
So-
time. They're going to start giving up the numbers. So, here's a 4. Here we go. All right. Don't worry about who's who right now. We're just trying to draw some numbers. 0. There's the infamous 0. Relax. Relax. Everybody relax. What's next? The next one is 7.
7. Ooh, right.
All right. We're on a roll here. How many numbers is that done?
That we've got
6.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
189407.
All right. 7. We already have an 8.
Yep.
This is bad. I'll never do this again, but like it was fun. Here's a 1. We got a 1 already.
We need
So how many are left?
We need 2, 3,
We need 4 numbers.
3?
5.
How about 3? 3. Bang. 3. There you go. There's 1 there. How many are left?
3.
3 numbers left. So I should just double them all up, to be honest. I don't even know there's spots here. 2. That's
Yeah.
got to be one of them. Nice. That's it, right?
We need 4.
What?
You asked how many numbers were left. There are
You said
numbers
3
left.
before, and I had 2 numbers.
Well,
Horrible.
Well, nonetheless, we need 2
8.
still.
This is the worst. This is the worst television of all time. If anybody's watching this and sticking with us,
5
you're,
and 6.
you're a legend.
We need 5 and 6.
5 and 6 coming at you. This is never going to happen. 6. Let's
Oh
go.
my
Get me off this 6, 5.
We're done.
Done. I'm done. Bring us back up to life.
Ashley says, "What the hell is happening?"
Oh my God, that was awful.
Thank you, everyone that
Awful.
didn't leave.
Yeah,
no
that
one
was
left.
that was
That was
awful.
the
I can
worst.
tell you who it was awful for. Just you.
Me,
Because
I
we
am
all enjoyed that.
drenched.
I enjoyed that. I'm not sure about the
drenched
listeners out
because
there,
I'm
or
like,
the
this
viewers,
is never
but
going to work.
that would, and yes, you can come in the studio, Ash. You should have picked. It would have been a perfect time for you to walk in and be like, "What's going on in here?"
I'm spinning the wheel of doom over here,
Raging.
trying to figure it. That was awful.
All right.
Oh my
he needs
God.
a break,
I'll
guys. He needs
forgive
a
you
break.
yeah,
for
please
getting
bring in the-
frustrated.
But we do have a lot of good stuff
We
to
got a
talk
lot
about.
of
Before
stuff.
we get into the show, there's a few other things that broke today, right? Did anybody see the news that the Patriots are eyeing Adam Gase as their new offensive coordinator? That's a legendary combination right there.
Wow.
And honestly, Adam Gase was a good enough coordinator to land himself a head coaching job, so it might work out. The Patriots are probably the best place for a guy like Adam Gase to go because he's not allowed to talk to the media without permission, and that's a good thing. Because
Who's not allowed to talk to media?
anybody in New England, the coaches, they'll be like, you got to ask permission with Belichick. I'm making that up.
Oh,
Obviously.
I was like, is that a rule? All right, yeah. So that broke right before we started the show. Also, what else broke? There was Adam Gase is a high school alma mater, and they have a losing record. Yes, I did know that. Scoop coming in with Adam Gase obviously succeeding in the lower levels. You know what movie I watched last night for no reason whatsoever?
No,
The Kevin James Sean Payton movie.
Is it good?
no.
It's a Happy Madison movie, so usually I do like those movies. Billy Madison and that entire, Adam Sandler, they're all in it, by the way. All of his friends.
Oh,
One's a ref, one's a fan. Rob Schneider's in it, so he's still
I
alive.
wanted that to be good.
It
so
was,
bad.
it had its moments. I was like, oh, this is funny, and then like it had its like, oh God, why are they doing the worst part about it? His son asks Sean Payton, Kevin James, Dad, why don't you just coach the Cowboys? They're right here in Dallas. And he goes, they already have a coach. And I'm like, no, the fuck we don't. Like, what are you talking about, Sean?
How about
It was Jason Garrett, by the way, at the time.
Did they do anything about like them trying to kill other players?
They
in
did.
the
They
movie?
said there was like a heart-to-heart that said I know, right? Everybody's surprised I didn't like this movie because I like all the shitty sports movies. But there was like a heart-to-heart where it's like, Dad, did you do it? And he's like, it's
All
complicated.
right, this is going to be very telling, and I don't mean to cut you off because I don't care about this fucking movie.
wow. All right.
But do you like Blindside?
I do.
Oh, you got to go. We can't even do this anymore. I'm not even kidding.
What are you
Fuck.
talking about? Sandra Bullock is a smoke show, bro. That's why I love that movie. And it's a football movie.
That movie is so bad.
Who's the country singers in it? Tim McGraw? No. Yes. Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just getting worse.
he's-
You're digging your hole deeper.
Saying
here.
he's a better actor than he is a country singer. That's what I was gonna say. He was a good actor. He played the father.
Okay.
Also, very good looking man.
Very good looking man. Huh?
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
This took a hard turn left.
Hard
here.
turn left. What do we
What
got,
else?
man?
What else we
What's
got? What
all
else
right?
we
So
got?
we got pause.
Jim Harbaugh. No, let's go.
All
There's
right,
other
we don't have
stuff.
Jim. We don't have
do have
pause.
pause, but Jim Harbaugh now said that he is done with the NFL
Yes,
entirely.
he said that. He said that he wants nothing to do with any more coaching searches. This was his last experience at this. Now that leads me to believe that he was pissed that he didn't get the job or an
It
offer.
leads me to believe that he didn't get a job or an offer, and that he's comfortable with the extension or the big money that Michigan probably paid him to come back for now. But Jim Harbaugh has probably said this like 3 or 4 times in his career, wherever he was at the time, and they
I don't
asked
know,
him,
man. This seems a little different. This feels a little different. It feels like he's disgruntled that he left Minnesota without an offer. And maybe they said like we're going to go in a different direction, or maybe the number wasn't even close to what he thought he was going to get. I don't know. It just seems like for him to come out and say, I'm not doing that shit no more.
Yeah,
It just feels like
it seems a little irrational when it comes to meaning I don't believe it.
Oh,
You're saying that
all
now. Forever is a long time. I would imagine that Jim Harbaugh's name will still be popping up in NFL coaching searches. You could guarantee that actually.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Well, you said
Oh no, there is one more thing that I don't have a graphic for.
What?
Did you watch any of the skills competition yesterday?
I watched
in
my
Vegas?
boy Micah Parsons outrun Trayvon Diggs and the
Saw
cheetah.
that.
Did everybody else see that? That
The
we have a
only-
linebacker
the
that wants
reason-
he calls it right after he wants Madden to adjust his speed to 95. And I
Well,
agree.
I mean, he should have
I
a
could
speed
vouch
at
for that.
95. I could agree to that. Overall, though, the rest of the things, part of it was like really bad and
I didn't
cringe,
watch any of it.
and part of it was cool. You know, I think they had them playing dodgeball. They had a non-quarterbacks throwing competition.
I know they played dodgeball because
The
I know I
dumbest-
saw a tweet from Pat McAfee saying like you're
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
like
that's
first
great.
one
The dumbest thing
Dodgeball
that
would
I
be
saw
so
was
fun.
the trick catch competition, and this was
saw
Hawaiian
Trayvon
Mike-
Diggs do one between the legs. Saw a
Hawaiian
highlight
Mike
there.
sends me a DM, and he's like, dude, you got to see this. It's like, it reminds me of when you're a kid and you used to jump into the pool to try and catch the
Oh,
ball.
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
having them do that was a little corny. They had people judging their receptions. Dumb. But touching on the Micah Parsons, Tyreek Hill thing, I think Tyreek Hill bitched out. I think Tyreek Hill, if you watch the way he lined up,
He didn't line it.
made
He was just like very
he made it
laissez.
seem like he didn't care. You made a point like, oh, he's a little banged up.
I didn't say
because of
banged
the
up.
game,
He just played.
But let's be real. I mean, he's there doing it. If he was banged up, he wouldn't be there at all. So I just think he lined up, and there was a risk there for him to actually take a real serious race with other guys, and there was too much on the line for him. So he made it seem like he didn't care. He got a bad start on purpose because Tyreek Hill cares that much. He's talking about beating Usain Bolt in the race. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
You
no,
would get
you can't
beat
beat
by-
Micah
You
Parsons.
would
You're
get
not
beat
even
by
touching
40
the ball.
yards in a 40-yard dash.
Not at all. A couple more things before we get into pause. I do want to touch on real quick the Daniel Snyder thing, man. Like, this is on the heels of 2 days after the rebranding where you're like, fresh start. The Washington Commanders are here. And by the way,
Oh,
the commies have taken over this.
Well,
There's so many
Also,
people
the
calling
timing
the
of that whole release is, it reminds me of the way the Clintons and politics do things, where they just they break a big story while there's like some major indictments going on.
Yeah, so
That's Washington football team.
I don't
for
know who
you.
Yankees Day is, but be sure to go click on the link that's in the description. I know I put it in there today, so join us on Facebook so we know who you are.
Join us on YouTube so we know who you
That's
are.
what I say.
You said Facebook. He's
Yeah,
on
and you
Facebook.
know what's funny? It's funny you say that because Janine and my dad both hit me up yesterday saying, I don't have PayPal, but does Venmo work? And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, I can see the post. I'm reading, and I said, shoot me a Venmo. That I never said anything about PayPal. I listened to the episode back yesterday. Definitely said PayPal us. So, and my dad is one of those guys that will go, I'm right here. Hold on. And he'll go back and he'll listen and he'll be like, by the way,
Your dad sounds a little bit like me.
I was just
in that
going to say,
regard.
it's a very gooch move of my dad to do that. But yeah, so
Washington football team.
Washington
Commies.
Commanders, the commies are in bad standings right now, man. Daniel Snyder, dude, this isn't Congress. This isn't like the NFL and Goodell like waving their gavel.
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 What was I thinking? Javelin.
'cause it's
Javelin.
the
Nah,
Olympics.
see, there's
It's the Olympics.
It
bro.
is the Olympic season, baby. But no, this isn't the NFL. This is Congress now. Now these are lawsuits. These are heavy duty, no get out of jail free card here. There was allegations of him like literally like grabbing girls by the back, like the lower back, and like directing them to the limo. Like, oh no, you're coming with me tonight. Right. And then there's other stuff that's coming
that's
out.
like standard operating procedure for guys that age and disconnected with what's allowed and not allowed at this point. So,
Apparently, he ordered the editors. There was like candid shots, ordered the editors of these candid shots of the cheerleaders to be sent right to him and edited in like
Creep.
nudity, like explicit photos. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to sit there and say I broke the news a couple years ago, but people looked at me sideways when I said Snyder is involved in some crazy shit. Now, here's the thing. When all this shit was going down, who was the head coach of the Washington Redskins? It was Jay Gruden. So now all of a sudden the Grudens are heavily involved in everything that's happening.
That was the whole thing to begin with.
Right.
It was the Grudens and like that entire staff. That's why we were looking. I looked at the staff,
And you were like, oh,
Matt LaFleur was
shit.
on that staff. I was like,
Right.
what would Matt LaFleur read those
So-
emails?
Right, dude. So this is a big deal. I don't want to go too deep into it because I don't know all the details yet. I don't want to be that guy, but I do know Daniel Snyder is a dirtbag. He's a piece of garbage, and he's got to sell the team.
And
This
look-
is at this point by signing. What they're saying is that he would sign over the team and everything operating to his wife. If his wife stays with him
Well, his
after
wife,
this shit,
they already did that. They already appointed her as some heavy
but
person in charge.
officially, like completely
It's time,
everything.
it's time to make him
It's
sell.
time to go bye-bye. Like bye-bye.
Look, we're about to see a lot more too once the Gruden lawsuit. The Snyders are going to be stuck in litigation for quite a while. I don't know that we'll ever get things uncovered because the way money works in the court system is that they just drag everything out. But eventually,
It's rough,
I think
man.
with the Gruden situation, I think more things will come out than even with Congress because Congress will probably keep this all under wraps anyway.
We'll see. Guys, if you're watching this video, please be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. We picked up a couple new subscribers last night, so welcome if you're watching us now, or if you're watching us later, welcome to the show. Welcome to the shit show, because this is honestly the worst show I've ever done.
Who is this? Who's? How about? Is that you?
I guess that's...
I thought it was maybe AJ still signed in from the Chop.
No,
Sports Media account.
Dina's chiming in and with the masses right now, as she brings up her own comment.
No, I brought it up because I'm reading it in the comments, but also I will dominate dodgeball as well.
Here we go.
Straight up dominant.
Here we go.
If I have any former gym teachers in here
don't aim for my head,
that taught me in gym, they could attest that California kickball, dodgeball.
California kickball's the shit.
Yeah.
The fact that you can keep going.
I'll score 30 runs an inning.
Pause on all you people.
30 runs an inning.
I tell you right now, the most legendary game, and only my Woodbridge and Fords people will know this, the most legendary game of all time was punch ball kickball, invented by Mr. Kenny, the Ford's middle school gym teacher. God rest his soul. I finally found out that he passed on. One of my favorite people in the world. You talk about cancel culture. If you heard half the shit that Mr. Kenny spewed at us when we were 14, 15 years old, we'd all be in jail.
Mr. Kenny Powers.
Mr. Kenny, yeah, basically. Mr. Kenny was the man. Punch ball kickball. Ready for this, Gooch? I'll break it down for you real quick. It's kickball, right?
And
but what?
Scoop is asking me about ping pong. That's not a sport. I don't play activities.
Ping pong. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a
sport,
leisure activity.
Ping pong, and no, I never beat anybody in ping pong because I don't play it.
Punch ball, kickball. This is something that you would, I believe, like I was a pretty good legend at it. There was field goals, like it was kickball, but it was inside of a gym. So the one side of the gym had the massive basketball court set up, so it looked like uprights. If you kicked it and it was a field goal, it's like 6 points for every person on base. The bases, you can load them up to how many people want to be there. Each base is an obstacle. So it's not just like your standard base. Like there would be like, you would have to climb a wall or go through a tunnel.
So are we going to set this up at the Chop Sports BQ so I could show everybody my punch kickball prowess?
Yes, sure. Well,
it's there. It's there.
It should be there. It should be in that. But yeah, punch ball kickball was the greatest sport ever made.
And Scoop says ping pong's an Olympic sport. So.
You know who's good? Do you remember that episode? Was that in the movie?
I think we established.
No,
didn't we establish?
It was Johnny Drama.
Didn't we establish yesterday that the Olympics aren't filled with sports? There's a couple sports, and then there's a bunch of exercises and activities that they call sports.
Ribbon dancing.
And I'm going to probably get flamed for this, but I really don't care. That's how I feel.
It's in the Olympics.
Yeah, sports.
Jesus Christ.
Sports.
Sam Grasso coming in. Mr. Kenny was my freshman basketball coach. He was nuts. He would scrimmage us and foul you into the bleachers, bro. When I tell you, by the way, punch ball kickball was played at 6:30 in the morning at Ford's Middle. So like you had to go early before school and play this game, right? Bro, I got there once at like 6. My dad used to drop me off, right? And he would be pumping weights at 6 in the morning before I even knew what pumping weights was. This guy was an ox, and he looked like he was 95 years old. But he was like always up and in your face. Oh, dude, he's a legend. I mean, anybody from Ford's or anybody who's graced our presence of this guy, it's just
I gave Davis Ford's moment right there.
Oh, I appreciate that.
He gets blasted.
I got flamed the other day for the Colonia talk that I had.
Rightfully so.
All I said was that nobody not from Colonia knows where Colonia is. Like if you went to Biscuit, right? Hey, Biscuit, I know you're from Florida. Have you ever heard of Colonia, New Jersey? He's going to say no. So
you do now.
You do now. Punch ball not allowed anymore, unfortunately. Matt is actually a current teacher at Ford's Middle, and that is a goddamn shame.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I guarantee you
I'm
know why.
Sure they don't even let them do gym class.
I was just gonna say, there was a lot of pegging involved. Like, so, you know, they would be throwing these balls at people, and I'm sure that, you know, middle school me is where the weight started to come on. I'd say my peak weight was like freshman year of high school. So like I was still relatively athletic in 6th grade, but boy, I started slowing down 7th and 8th, and they would pick on me. Let me tell you, they would like, oh, Dave's rounding 3rd. No, he's not. Right? They're gonna make sure they put a quick end to that shit.
Speaking of Colonial legends, now I guess we could pull up.
Yes,
Paz.
That's a perfect segue. Perfect segue
Paz,
into
baby.
our boy Paz, who, by the way, we were all set, me and you, right? We were like, let's go. Right. But we're like, we don't know. You know, we don't know if Paz is going to go.
No, I texted Paz.
Paz
I said, Paz, you know, obviously, all right, first, let's give the update. Paz, he lost to the Michigan State kid. I'm not making an excuse for him. He certainly didn't say this to me. But, you know, then the following match 2 days later, he didn't wrestle against Michigan. He was dealing with a lower back injury. He was training and competing with it for a little bit leading up to that week. And then, you know, had a tough month last month. they definitely lost some matches they should have won, that being Rutgers, and largely because of the Paz situation where there was a pivotal match against Michigan State that he ended up dropping that one. But like I said, Paz definitely ain't making excuses, but I'm here to make the excuse for Paz. Dealing with a lower back injury is not easy.
Especially in this sport.
We texted Paz. I said, bro, we have plans to come on Thursday, November 3rd to watch Rutgers against Rider.
Or February 3rd, either way.
I say November 3rd every single time I reference this match for some reason. I don't know why. It's very weird.
That is weird.
We could actually run it back on the last podcast, and I say the same thing. But yeah, I texted him. I said, yo, we have plans to go. He's like, oh, it's 50-50 that I'm going to wrestle. They're probably not going to put me out there unless the team needs me. So looking at it, they definitely didn't need him because Rutgers rolled the shit out of 36-3. But I guess
and his was a tech fall,
so he just feeling good. So he went out there.
Kid.
Who did he wrestle? Evan Vasquez from Rider.
I was
18-3 in a tech fall. So
I
for
will
those
say
that
this:
don't know what a tech fall is. A tech fall is when you beat them by 15 or more, and the match, it's like skunking someone in Madden. So basically, Paz skunked Evan Vasquez last night.
Yeah, basically hit the reset button in Madden. But honestly, I'm driving down 287 yesterday to work, and I hate 287 with everything that's in my being. But finally, for the first time ever, I felt good on 287. I looked to my left. It's one of those rotating billboards, digital. Paz, just looking right at me. I'm like,
smiling wrestler. Did he look angry?
No, he looked angry. He looked serious.
See, I want to ask him the next time he's on here and be like, what's the smiling thing? Because I'm noticing that it's not necessarily him.
He does it when they raise
like
his
there's
hand.
like a quick smile and then he'll stop and then they turn him to face the other side of the crowd and he does it again one more time. I would imagine.
Photo op,
my guess is Paz mother tells him, like, I like when you smile, John. Make sure you smile more. So he's doing that for his mom. I would imagine.
He loves his mama. That's great.
So adorable.
It is adorable. But
keep
Paz,
doing your thing, Paz.
Yeah, keep kicking ass, bro. We're really excited for you.
To not mention, guys, go over to the chopsports.shop and click on Paz's shop. Support
That's
Paz.
how you support this kid. That's it. A lot of the money goes right into his pockets, ladies and gentlemen. And college kids nowadays are able to make money based off their image, their likeness, their name. We linked up with him last year, and he's been kicking ass ever since. So if you want some Paz merch, go support this kid.
We also got another thing in the works for Paz for tournament season, which is coming up rapidly. So if you want to support Team Paz shirts, will be out very, very soon.
I like that idea. Team Paz.
Team Paz, because look, the Big Ten tournaments are coming up, and then obviously as he qualifies there, he'll be in the national tournament and see what he can do there.
He said it last year. He did call his shot. He said, I love the All-American shirt, but next year's shirt's got to say national champion.
Yeah.
So let's go.
You gotta love
let's
the confidence. And look, the Michigan State kid, you'll see him again, Paz. So go do your thing.
There you go. Paz is a big matchup on Sunday. He's ranked number 7, and Ohio State kid is ranked number 6. So big opportunity for Paz to get back to where he belongs at the top. So, all right, let's get into some sports. First and foremost, I believe the Jacksonville Jaguars got their guy, ladies and gentlemen.
We're here for you,
Scoop, we feel you on this one. It was funny. I broke the news to him. I was the Adam Schefter to his phone last night. He was watching Vikings, the show, not the Minnesota Vikings. He was watching Vikings, I guess, just chilling, having a hangout. I simply asked him.
Great show, by
I have
the way.
to get into it because I heard
amazing
it's fantastic. Show. But I will say this. I texted Paz. Simple. Like, do you want rope? He's like, what?
You texted Scoop.
What'd I say?
You texted Paz.
Dude, it's a day. I'm sorry. Not you, Paz. Love you, buddy.
Paz, your back will be fine. Hang in there, bud.
Weird.
And don't actually hang in there.
Is the moon like, is any of those psychopaths that believe in like fortunes and then the moons and shit and retrograde and all that shit? Is that happening today?
Up.
Ashmere Fit, are you a correspondent when it comes to like one of those things? Like the Mercury being in like retrograde? Is that a thing today of all day?
Give her the mic. Hold up.
Yeah. Pull it towards you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hi. All right. Speak up. What's up?
So actually, February 3rd, I read an article, and it is the last day that Mercury was in retrograde on February 3rd.
Today or yesterday?
Actually, yesterday, yeah.
So what's the start of today? Because today sucks.
So
honestly,
basically, things just get flipped upside down after Mercury is out of retrograde.
Mercury is in retrograde. It's a known thing that you have a lot of issues with technology.
Does it have anything to do with LeBron James' shooting percentage?
Does it have anything to do with
Does it have anything to do with the wheel not working out for us at all today?
It has an overall like effect on just the forces of everything, to put it in like
Gravity.
layman's
You know
terms.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
she's-
like, yeah.
The
exactly.
soda explode.
And I was thinking about that today.
That could be a thing,
because I was
folks.
Like, I couldn't remember if it was yesterday or today, but my boss, like all my coworkers and I talk about Mercury in retrograde because we were all having computer issues for the past week.
My God.
And then we
it's that
looked into
5G.
it.
I'm telling you. All these people are just, they're all going to,
5G.
the 5G
No.
shit's going to,
That's
Maybe because
Ashley,
we
Kyle.
in your brain,
we
dude.
upgraded our internet yesterday. So
We did
now,
upgrade
so
our
now
internet.
we're getting
So shout out to
blasted with 5G.
Optimum. So anyway, you could turn her volume down. Not volume down, but whatchamacallit, the thing over there. Yeah. Who is speaking right now? Kyle, that was Ashley. I thought
That was Ashmere
I
Fit.
made it pretty apparent. Like, hey, Ash, like, and maybe he
He
thought it was
wasn't
Dina.
listening.
He wasn't listening. That's fine. Doesn't matter. All right. So thank you, Ashley, for that, because I needed to know like why this world was flipped on its ear. But the
I feel
Jaguars,
better now.
I texted Scoop last night. I said, yo, do you want your rope? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Pederson, baby. And he's like, I can't even repeat what he said, but it was bad. But I mean, this all comes on the heels of, Leftwich pulling out. And why did he pull out? Because of everything going on. So all of a sudden, pause. I get it. Shout out to Dave for not telling me there's a new internet when he goes, hey, your Wi-Fi's not working last night. I was like, no, sorry. Hold on.
Oh, wait, can we screenshot this?
Okay, so we got some Florida.
Oh, please screenshot. I'll get the moment on that one. Timestamp. Me and
So-
AJ are grinding.
So this is a good one, right?
Congratulations,
Here.
guys.
This is very prevalent to what we're talking about. And apparently Leftwich didn't get the job because he said he couldn't work with Balky in the interview, and that was something that was non-negotiable for Leftwich. I guess that does make sense. That's
Yeah.
a reason to pull yourself out of the running for a head coaching job. And thank you for that, Biscuit, all the way down from Florida. Are you in the Panhandle or are you in South Florida? Because I'm curious.
Are you in Jacksonville?
Are you a Jacksonville guy?
Are you basically in Georgia?
Duval.
We got to figure that out
Now
as we
look,
have a new guy.
now look, I'm
Listen.
here to pour to make people happy about the Doug Pederson hiring. I've always had a thing for Doug Pederson because he's been the Packers backup under Brett Favre.
Awesome.
The easiest job. No, I could say
You got
that
a thing for him?
confidently. I'm very confident in my sexuality. I've always had a thing for Doug Pederson.
Gainesville, by the way. Gainesville, Florida.
So he is a Gator. That's Gator country. Like literally, like, am I wrong about that? That is
I don't
Gainesville,
know.
right?
That's it, yeah.
It's got to be a
Am I
thing.
wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
No, I'm never wrong.
I was just
So I
gonna
should
say
have
that.
known that. The only thing I've ever been wrong about is like questioning whether I was right or wrong. Should have never have done that publicly.
This
at
is
least.
unbelievable. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, Doug Pederson,
Inspire people.
bro. When you look at the list of Super Bowl winning coaches, and then you look at the rosters that they coached, I think that the Eagles roster was cocky poopy, and he did a great job bringing that
You got to look for your girl
Mercury
on that one.
retrograde.
Cocky
Mercury
poopy.
is
So
out of
I'm the one-
retrograde.
I get looks when I put ski
And
on the
look,
end of shit.
Look, if you're looking at a guy like Urban Meyer, then you have literally the anti-Urban Meyer in Doug Pederson. So he's going to be in there and he's going to do things the right way. They're going to run the shit out of the football. They're going to bring Trevor Lawrence along the way he should be brought along. A former quarterback, a backup quarterback who became a head coach, clearly knows how to help develop a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, look at
Look
the
what he
wonders
did
he
with-
did for Carson Wentz
Look what he did. First of all, Carson Wentz was in line to maybe win MVP if he could stay healthy that year.
and Big Dick Nick.
And Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Let's give some credit here. Philly's roster wasn't great the following year. I understand that there was a lot of things happening in Philly with the front office and Doug Pederson, so there was some fractures there.
Mm.
And with the Jalen Hurts thing and the Carson Wentz, there was a lot going on for him to deal with. I'm not sure Jacksonville is going to be much easier, but there's no quarterback controversy, right?
No.
They're coming from a situation where there's not really much expectation. So what really
This is a good situation.
yeah, it's a good situation. I think we should
But
pump the brakes.
here's the thing. Notice how none of the coaches who lost their jobs last year were interested or like really came to the forefront of this search.
It's great.
This was a former coach who was out of the league, and all of a sudden he's back. What happened? What am I missing?
Stimmy OG. I'm telling you, Pederson was in last place in this fantasy league, and the punishment was that he had to be the coach of the Jags. So,
Can you
like,
imagine?
who's more upset here, Doug Pederson or Jags fans? Let's be real.
Well, I think, for one, Scoop was pretty upset even when he heard that there was a rumor that he was getting an interview.
Now, I understand, though, it's not an exciting hire, right? It's not the guy that you're going to be, he's going to come in and fix everything, some new age head coach. But in Jacksonville, do you really need that right now? I think this is a decent guy for the job. I would have liked to have seen Leftwich for obvious reasons. I just think that the connection should have been made there with the Florida, him being a Jags guy. But unfortunately,
listen, the stage is set. 2042.
and is it really even
2042? The Jaguars are in the Super Bowl, led by Doug Pederson. Right
stop.
here, it is 4th and 2 from the 4th and goal from the
Here we
2.
go.
Okay, Trevor Lawrence doesn't know a play to call. He runs over to Doug Pederson. Dougie, what do we do, man? And Dougie looks at him. He goes, "You want to run, Jaggy?" And he says, "Yep."
Is this
Wait,
from
what?
some
What is
bad-
that?
Is this from a bad movie?
This is probably a bad movie that they're going to make about this situation. Delay a game, and they back it up 5 yards, and they don't get it. So, so I'm telling you, there is a lot of things to think about when it comes to Doug Pederson. I, for one,
Does it surprise anybody that Leftwich backed out of that job, though? Jacksonville, he knows what Jacksonville's about. He's like, yeah, yes, yes.
but also on the heels of what's going on in the culture of the NFL is what I think. I think that has a big deal. I think it has something big involved right now. Like he might just return to Tampa and say, "I'll just keep doing this." Right under Arians.
Well, I said that a couple weeks back. I think Bruce Arians is at that point in his career right now where you're not going to see many more years out of him. So you could potentially see Leftwich be the next.
I meant to say
head coach.
2030. 2030.
Yeah,
But I said 2040 is
Peterson
like
will be dead by
15
then.
years from now. It's like 16, 17 years from now. Anyway, yes, coach in waiting, according to Sam Grasso. That might be a thing, right? He just stays there, kind of makes his mark, leaves his mark on Tampa Bay, and doesn't leave at all. That's where I think, because we'll segue.
So before we segue off the head coaches, though, there's 3 head
We're not
coaching
going
jobs.
off
There's 3 head coach. Oh, we're not leaving the head coaching.
No, because we're going to talk about
Oh,
Flores.
that's true. But as the hiring situation goes, there's 3 head coaching positions open now with the Saints, the Texans. Who's the other one?
I mean, I saw the Vikings.
Oh, and the Vikings.
Wait,
the
Vikings already kind of locked their
Vikings
guy.
kind of have a guy, I think. So there's basically 2.
Just the Texans and the
Just the
Saints.
Texans and the Saints. Out of those 2
Like,
jobs,
what's more appealing?
what's
to you?
more appealing? I would say the Saints, clearly.
Saints with a Kamara and a healthier Michael Thomas,
And just a commitment.
defense is good. And
Look, in a winning culture, more
Yeah.
so than the
there's a
Texans.
Super Bowl trophy in their case over there. When you go to Houston, it's just dust, lots of dust, and it's just a bad look. They should just bring back Madden Canera coach.
Although in terms
bring
of
him back, like, we made a mistake. I'm
in
sorry.
terms of maybe like the situation that the team is in, you could maybe make the case that the Texans are in a better position to succeed over the next couple of years because they do have a Deshaun Watson chip to still move.
I don't know. That might be
the Saints. The Saints their salary cap is messed up,
Yeah,
even though it's a
messed
myth.
up. It's messed up every year. And then Craig comes at me, our boy Big Deal Craig Steele, who, by the way, in action this weekend at WrestlePro. He comes at me and he's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. We have the best GM in the world. They're going to work everything out." I said, "All right, whatever you say." Next thing you know, they're not in the red anymore. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing over there?
They're still in the red now. They're back in the red now for sure.
We'll see.
I think it's the worst in the league.
The Giants have clapped back, just like old man McGillicuddy from Miami, the owner of that. He clapped back yesterday. The Giants have actually said something. They released a timeline of the events. I'm sketched out about this entire thing. Remember, Flores has gone on record and said, based off the Bill Belichick mistext, he said that this whole thing was a sham. They already had their guys selected. I was going to be just a Rooney Rule thing, right? So here's the timeline that the Giants gave out. So just so everybody's aware, on January 12th, the Giants and Mara contacted Flores and let them know that as soon as the GM was in place, he would get an interview. He's one of the candidates that they strongly believe in, and they want to talk to him, right? January 18th, that's 6 days later, they did a Zoom interview with Brian Flores. Okay, so the Zoom interview has to go well enough to get a second interview, right? January 27th. Now that's, 9 days after that, there's a dinner, okay? And that involves Brian Flores, Joe Shane, and other executives with the Giants, right? They all go to dinner together, right? And this is the night before the second formal interview. That happens. Dinner. Sure, they had the lobster, right? Just having a good time. The next day, the interview's processed. They go through the interview, the entire thing, the formal interview, formal second interview, mind you. January 29th, the next day, Brian Daboll is hired. Now, I looked it up, and it's on January 25th. There was an in-person interview with Brian Daboll. That interview came after the text thread between Flores and Belichick, meaning with Belichick having no actual backing besides maybe his own source in New York, because look, they're still connected, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. According to all this, that mishap happened before Daboll even met the Giants for the first time. So the process was the process.
Well,
they met Daboll, they met Flores, they chose Daboll.
Well,
what's wrong here?
None of this actually matters because if this isn't going to like stand in court or anything like that. This is just public perception. They're trying to sway the
They're
public
just
in their
covering
side.
their ass
and,
right now.
Yeah, they're basically it's not even covering their ass. It's in the court of public opinion. That's what they're trying to do here. Flores came out, made his statements. He's getting the people, rallying his troops in the public on his side, and then the Giants and then the teams are subsequently doing the same thing. I would imagine that by tomorrow, you'll hear Denver come out and speak about this and deny everything as well. So little by little, all the other teams are going to be denying things. But really what Flores said is hearsay, and then what the Giants are doing is they basically exposed what he's saying with a loophole. But what they're saying proves nothing at the same time. They could have still had their guy.
Kyle,
and people could have known about
Kyle
it.
brings up a good point. I was going to bring this up too. The 21st, January 21st, was a Zoom interview between Dayball, right? And that's the only contact they had. But the Giants said, and they've put their reputation on the line against this, they would never choose a man based off a Zoom interview, right? They would never say they got their guy to anybody. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Now Belichick was probably like, oh, how did the Zoom go with Dayball? It went really good. He looks to be the guy.
So the way
he went nuts.
The way I'm looking at all that is this, ready? So the Giants were on record where saying that when to who. So that's Giants saying, look, here's all the facts. And then anything that there's a gray area that could be left open to interpretation, here's what we're going to tell you why we did that. And you have to take us on our word. That doesn't fly in court. Now, the Giants could say, we would have never hired a guy off of a Zoom interview. And maybe that does make sense because you can't have a guy sign contracts over a Zoom interview.
Well,
but they could have been in their hearts, been like, you know what, that's our guy. We got to bring him in and just finalize this and actually hire him. So they have a technicality there. Miss me with the releasing of the timeline because, like I said, they're going to have to release that same timeline in court. And the questions that I'm bringing up, they're going to bring up in court. And if they could prove those things, then it'll fly. But if not, it's going to get dismissed.
I don't think any of this stuff is going to be able to be proven. I think a lot of people are just kind of saying something right now because what's the age-old saying? Silence speaks volumes. Like by people not saying anything, it's almost an admission to guilt. Like, yeah, you know what? He's got a point.
Well, like I said, when there's something like that's this big in terms of national news, the lawyers typically would, if it wasn't big in national news and there was like pending lawsuits that are also legal cases, then it would be a different story. But in this case, you need to have the public on your side, and they're going to try and control the narrative as best they can. The league has a really good job of finessing the media. And when it comes to the media narrative, I'm always going to side with the players or the coaches because they have way less reach when it comes to getting their words out. Now, I will say I'm not really a fan of the way the legal team with Flores approached this whole thing, but I'm not a lawyer, so it's not for me to say on what the best move is.
I'm not going to get into the legalities. I'm just looking at the timeline and saying like, that's cool, bro. Like you released that. I don't know how much merit it's going to hold.
It'll all play out. It'll all play out eventually. And, we're going to get to see a lot of these things come to light. At the very least, whether it changes things or not, it's going to bring a lot of things to light that maybe needs to be brought to light because when you go to court, people got to talk. And typically when you got to talk in court, you got to tell the truth. Right. Otherwise there's legal ramifications. So
tell the truth.
Let's get going on
that movie. Tell the truth. In that movie. No, nobody. Concussion, another football movie. Let me guess.
I haven't seen that one.
Not a good one, right? That's a great movie.
I'll be the judge.
Will Smith, one of the greatest actors, maybe ever. Him
I
and Denzel. One. That was a hot take, but I do like Denzel. Denzel's my guy. So anyway, before we get into our NBA stuff, right before this podcast started, apparently indirectly, Julius Randle wants out of New York. Now let me tell you something real quick.
He unfollowed the Knicks on Twitter.
Let me tell you something real quick, Julius. Okay. You were the man last year when there was nobody in the crowd. Okay. You were the man when there was people and you won a couple games. New York, we here. Like, yeah, we're here. We're not in the playoffs right now.
Maybe Julius Randle is starting to realize what we all know already is that he can't be the star of a team and do anything well.
And he's got to go and be
the second guy, which is fine. And honestly, if that is the case, I commend him for his realization and understanding. Like, if you want to win in this league, you ain't going to be the man on that team.
Here's what I'm saying about Julius Randle. And then this is a true thing, and I heard it on the radio yesterday on Carton and Roberts, right? So apparently, you know how he's been getting fined, and the Knicks have been paying his fines for not speaking to the media. That's been a thing. He doesn't want to speak to them. And then his quote was like, oh, I can't speak to you guys if they don't let me, like trying to back it off. His post-game press conference, this is how he did it. Ready? Like this. He's in front of the crowd of people trying to answer questions.
Are you sure that wasn't the Sauce doing a video?
No. Sauce does this.
Yeah.
No, he's on the phone, right? He's like, Yeah, can I get a steak? What was it? Yeah, rebounds. Yeah, that's great. Can I get a steak with it? Like he was ordering food, bro, on his post game.
And this is Randall?
Guy, huh?
This is Julius Randle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a child. He's a
see,
child.
See, like when it comes to things like that,
All of a sudden you become a bitch. Like what happened?
I don't know,
Get
man.
over
But
here.
here's the thing:
Get
the
outta
media,
here,
the
bro.
media sucks, dude. So these players, in
Media
some
sucks.
cases,
You have one obligation in your contract. Talk to the media when you're stinking.
so he's
And talk to the media when you're
he's
good.
doing that. And look,
You can't back that up.
I'm
Gooch.
not backing it up in terms of something that I would do, but at the end of the day, I don't feel the way he feels, and maybe there's some reports out there about him that he doesn't think are true, or there's a lot of here. Being in that position, it's hard for me to judge because I haven't had my life dissected by the media the way he does in every move and every comment he makes. But he wants that in New York. He wants that in New York. When it comes to the media, I don't really get on the players about how they handle the media because the media doesn't have any repercussions than the way they handle the players. And I think it's a fair play when there's some beef going on between the media. And maybe it affects the way the fans see you, but that's the repercussions that he's going to have to deal with, and that's on him. So look, and it's you. Case in point, you're not a fan of Randall. Every Knicks fan under the sun was a huge fan of Julius Randle up until about 2 months ago, and then it started to wean a little bit, and then he did the thumbs down thing, and then it was pretty much all gone, and now he wants out, so it's over. It's
over.
It's
the
a
trade
war.
deadline's coming up. See you later, bro.
Yeah, the
See
Julius
you later.
Randle, the Julius Randle era lasted about as long as the Bing Bong
See
era.
you next
The
Tuesday.
Bing
is what you
Bong
mean.
that got annoying immediately.
The what?
The Bing Bong era.
Bing
and the
Bong is
Julius,
done already.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
been so overplayed and oversaturated, we can't even do it anymore.
Yep.
Bing Bong. I
So
did
in
it
other
anyway.
words, it's done.
It's done.
And Julius
But,
Randle's
first
done.
of all,
Knicks are a
Scoop
playoff
saying-
team. Are Knicks a playoff team now?
I don't know about
No.
that. But Scoop, maybe if they make a couple nice little key moves by moving out the shit players, meaning Kyle came in and said, if you go strictly by analytics, Julius Randle has been the worst player in the Knicks rotation. The worst, bro. Worst. So you're telling me the Knicks can't improve by dropping his ass? Goodbye. And Scoop's telling me or saying that the media sucks, but press conferences suck. Dude, if the media sucks, then we're out of business. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what you do. Like, you have to answer questions when you're up and when you're down. Just handle like a man.
Yeah, understand.
How many times did
but
Kobe
also,
Bryant
But
bitch
also,
and
if
moan?
you're hungry, bro, you need to get that steak, boy.
Oh,
So I have no
God.
issue with him ordering his DoorDash or whatever he was doing.
All right, yeah, AJ. First of all, another one. I wouldn't talk to those guys either. Like, stop. You have to. It's part of your job.
And he did. I guarantee you, he didn't get fined.
It's basically the Marshawn Lynch. I'm
So
just
what?
here because I won't get fined.
And you're telling me that wasn't great?
It was legendary, but I'm talking about like at the moment, if you're trying to get something out of him, and your job is to be like, yo,
I'm a big fan of it.
I need a word.
I'm a big
No.
fan of it. I'm not a Knicks fan, so I just see it without.
Yeah,
the,
you can
like,
see
the
it as,
bias.
like, this is
it is
funny.
what it is.
Yeah, well,
You know, I'm not a fan of the media the way they handle the players. So I'm not really, whether I have a job because of it or not has nothing to do with it. I don't have a press pass, so I could come here any day of the week and talk about it.
But let's just say, all right, arbitrarily, right? We get somebody in studio next week, right? Whoever, name somebody, doesn't matter, right? Your boy Donald Driver, guy you've coveted, one of your favorite players ever. He's sitting right where Ashley's sitting right now, or he's on Zoom.
Okay.
And you're like, yo, man, tell me about the time that you did this. And he's just like, yeah, hold on one second.
Very, very different.
How was that different?
Do I really need to explain how it's
Yes, you
different?
have to
All
explain
right.
yourself this time.
Very, very quietly, I'm going to explain it. Do not explode on me anymore because I'm not. This has nothing to do with me and you. This is Julius Randle and Donald Driver now, apparently, right?
Bringing Driver
So-
into this.
So if Donald Driver came here to sit in on an interview, that was by choice. You know, he wasn't forced to come here. So if he was forced to come here and he didn't want to be here, then I would probably look at him and I'd feel uncomfortable about interviewing him. Correct? So now if you're just lost a game and you got booed off the court and you're pissed off because the guy that's about to ask you a question wrote a piece about you yesterday that you thought was disparaging and also untrue. And now you have to sit up there and answer questions
Then
because
call
you're
him out.
forced. Look, that has nothing to do with the question what was posed to me just now. One guy is being forced because it's his job and obligation, so he goes and does it even though he doesn't feel comfortable doing it and doesn't want to do it. Another guy comes into studio in Matawan, New Jersey because of a favor or he wants to elected to do the interview, and then he came here and sat down and ordered steak. Also, I will say this, if I'm in the media, new scenario, I have a press pass. I'm at the media thing with the New York Knicks, and Julius Randle's ordering a steak. Me, the person, I would be like, I would make a joke and I would ask him a question about his food. and I would lighten it a
Well,
little
that's
bit.
you.
You know,
But there's
I
a
wouldn't
lot
be
of,
like,
like-
how could this guy disrespect
But there's a
me?
lot of people that are
As I wrote
higher than us.
as I wrote my fucking piece dragging him yesterday, disrespecting him. It's fair play. That's my opinion on it.
All right.
So Donald Driver still never answered me, by the way.
Son of a bitch, right? Because he feels obligated.
It's not
No.
red. He didn't leave me on red though.
Well, that's good though.
So
Do you know? Remember how many times that things that like I thought tenure was 10 years, right? Like these little things. When I hear the phrase "I left them on red," I've always thought it was "I left them unread,"
Oh,
and I'm like,
Dave.
"Oh, so you didn't read it?" But on red means you saw them read it.
at what
and you
point
didn't
at
answer.
what point did you have that epiphany? Like when did that come? Was it when you said
8
something
seconds
to-
ago. When you
Did
just said "left him on red," I was like, "Oh, that means he read it." It's not unread. Oh my god!
So Dave, all those times
Yes.
that you were like, bro, you have your reds on, and you like inform me, and I'd be like, oh shit, you know that I've been leaving you on red. Then you were just like, yeah, and like had no actual clue
Nope.
what the fuck was being
Nope.
said.
I
That
was
is
just like
that is
unread.
rich right there. That is good stuff. That is good stuff.
Oh,
Put that.
Man.
Did you
Thanks,
mark
Scoop.
that down
I'm
in the
adorable.
dadisms?
yeah, what on red?
Dave's flashlight is on in his pocket right now. Fucking boomer.
I actually looked down. I was like, "What? No, it's not." Oh man, should we get to the? I was going to say meat and potatoes, but this has been a long episode. But there is something that we wanted to do, and this is obviously draft ourselves a team. Meaning, it's Team Sturch versus Team Gooch in the NBA All-Star game.
I haven't even looked at the list.
I
yet.
haven't either. I actually did a little bit because I said out like there was two guys I,
I know who
literally
got.
didn't know.
I know who got elected, but I haven't decided.
So
I
anyway,
haven't
let's
done
go
any
over the
prep.
rosters real quick with the starters. Starting off on Team Gooch's side is Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Joker, John Morant, and LeBron. Right, that's who you have already in your starting lineup. I have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Right, I have Joel Embiid. I got DeMar DeRozan. I got Trey Young, and of course KD, who I don't even think is going to play in the game. So I'm already a leg down. By the way, so there is a player pool now. Okay,
So who's my? I got Joker, LeBron, Wiggins, and Ja
and
then-
Curry.
and Curry.
Ja Morant.
Yeah, John Morant, by the way, if he ever comes to the
On
Knicks, that would be
fire.
Guys, it's just
goddamn
stop.
tastic.
Stop.
I know. Why get excited about that? So anyway, being that I'm hurt, okay, Durant is hurt. Can I get first pick? And being that I don't know enough of the NBA like you do, can I get first pick
Yeah, go ahead.
in my reserves? Okay, so with the first pick in the NBA player pool, Team Sturch is taking Luka. There's no reason for him not to be a starter right now. He is one of the most electrifying players in the league. In the
Okay,
league.
So you could have Luca.
I'm taking Luka. Who are you going with? Let's try to do this a little rapid fire here.
I will take. In this case, I'm going to take Booker.
Okay, I like
I need
Booker. I
some
liked Booker
shooters.
last
I need
year.
some shooters to surround LeBron,
Okay,
and I'm a big Booker fan.
all right. So
Okay.
now that I oh, is it a snake? Are you taking? No, it's not snake, right? It's just back to back or back to back, right? You're not taking two, right?
No, oh no, yeah, I do get two. Fuck you.
Oh, what the-
Why would I give you? Why would I give you?
Why'd you say
Are you
anything?
I
asking
don't
me
know.
or are you telling me?
I should have
Are
just
you
told
asking
you.
me or
but go
telling
ahead.
me? Okay, so you don't. I don't know. I don't know. I guess should we talk about the picks a little bit? or
No,
are we
I
just
mean,
gonna
like,
just
there's a lot of players here,
breeze
so it's
through
gonna
it?
drag.
All right, I was just trying to get a little more time here to decide.
You want me to pick? I'll
No,
just pick.
no. I'm gonna take Draymond.
Draymond Green.
I got all the Warriors. I'm gonna go with Draymond.
Okay,
Probably a bad pick though.
it is a bad pick.
He should be an all-star starter though.
It regrets me to do this, but I am Team Durant after all. Give me James Harden.
I knew it.
Give me James Harden on my team. All of a sudden, I got a bunch of shooters.
I just hate James Harden.
I don't
He's-
like James Harden either, but I want to win the game.
He's the worst player
He's a
for this
whiny
game
baby.
because he's just going to dribble out the shot clock in a game where everyone else is going to be jocking up threes. James
Okay.
Harden will dribble a lot.
All right.
All right, so
Oh, I
we'll-
get two.
we'll- yeah, you
All right.
get two.
All right. So James Harden, and give me, for all time's sake, give me Chris Paul. Give me Chris Paul on my team. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I love my team. We'll have people vote. We'll do a graphic or try to get the team.
I'm going to
rosters.
take, since this is an all-star game after all, and we need to excite the crowd.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give me Zach LaVine.
Okay.
Right, because this dude could dunk, and we already have some shooters. I think we're both lacking on the size a little bit.
It's all right. Who's next? What do you got?
And then I will take Jason Tatum. It's not even a debate.
Okay, so Tatum goes to Gooch. So now for me, I've always I love the the history behind this kid. I know he's I don't know how he's coveted right now, but give me Jimmy Butler. I like Jimmy Butler, so give me him.
He's out of everybody on this list, he's the one that's just maybe Chris Paul is older than him. I think he's the second oldest.
So I'm going with experience here, and then I'm going with the hometown kid, Karl Anthony Towns, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going Karl Anthony Towns.
That's a good pick.
On my
probably
team.
went with him there in this round. But I'm going to actually go with the real hometown kid, being that the game is in Cleveland. I'm going to take Darius Garland because
Dave doesn't know anything
Dave
about
doesn't
him.
know who he is, and we're going to excite the home crowd with Zach LaVine and Darius Garland giving him alley-oops.
All right, and your next one?
And my next one, I'm going to go with Gobert to help deal with that Joel Embiid situation you got going on, because I know Joker isn't the best defender, and Gobert is. So, Gobert.
All right. Give me somebody that was very prominent last year in the NBA Finals. Give me Chris Middleton coming home to Team Durant, and then I'll take let's see.
There's only 2 guys left.
Oh, really?
My man Van Vliet's getting no love.
Van Vliet is my guy right now. So there you go.
There
Van
you
Vliet
go.
is with me.
Did I really get Donovan Mitchell with the very last pick?
You did.
Also, by the way, I'm making this now. I'm going to bench Wiggins and I'm going to start Donovan Mitchell just because he's better.
All right.
And there's no way that he should have been picked
all right.
last.
So we'll leave it up to the crowd here. Just quick rapid fire. This is Team Gooch. Team LeBron is Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, the Joker, John Morant, LeBron, Booker, Green, Levine, Tatum, Garland, Gobert, and Mitchell. Okay. Team KD is Giannis, Embiid, DeRozan, Trae Young, Kevin Durant, Luka, James Harden, Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler, Karl Anthony Towns, Chris Middleton, and Van Vliet.
Well, I could tell you one issue with your team already
What's
is
the
that
issue,
Karl
Gooch?
Anthony Towns and Jimmy Butler are going to fight at practice because they do not get along. And
They will today.
Jimmy Butler
I'm
is
the
a
coach,
dog.
God damn it.
The only reason why I'll say that you have a slight advantage is because Jimmy Butler is going to treat this game like it's game 7 of the NBA Finals.
He's a
because
dog.
He's an absolute animal.
Yes, he is.
But at the same time, the rest of the guys in the court might be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, chill out. And he might not get any love for that. So maybe they don't pass him the ball. He is going to play defense. He's about the only one that will play defense. But yeah, and I guess Gobert. My team is so much better than yours because I actually like.
He goes from, I'll give you the advantage. Your team has the advantage because
you got the intangible with Jimmy Butler because he's a psychopath. But other than that, I think my team is far more talented than yours.
Of course
Far
you do.
more talented
course you
than
do.
yours.
So we'll leave it up to the crowd. They can do their thing. But this is it has been another long episode of the Chop Sports Daily. I do want to throw this one little tidbit in here. A salesman in Texas this morning put a $4.5 million bet on the Cincinnati Bengals. $4.5 million for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. I just found that, first of all, cringeworthy because I'm like, wow.
Is his name Mattress Mac or something like that?
I have no idea. It's just
he's like a famous guy that is typically
just has this
people
kind of
wait
dough.
on what he's going to take in big games. Yeah. And is Gobert playing? I don't know. Maybe he's not, but I know who else is.
You're down a guy.
Yeah. So is your team captain's not even playing. So I don't want to hear it.
Wow.
Durant,
So that
Kevin
can't be
Durant
the
gonna
odds, Danny. Danny's saying to win $7 million.
Yeah, it's a money line bet.
I feel like that'd be 4.5. Wouldn't that net you a little bit more than that?
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, the multi-million-dollar bets. Well, then link up with him, Kyle. You never know. Because I'm sitting here like, oh, my units are $10. And this guy's putting $4.5 million on the freaking Cincinnati Hooday Bengals. By the way, did you see that video? You probably didn't. But there's a video that somebody compiled and put together like 50 reactions, man. It was, when I say like tear-jerking worthy.
Maybe they'll make a movie about it, and then you'll
I
fucking
like
add it to your
50
list
times
of
watching that.
cinematic.
There was like,
cinematic classics. It's going to be the Bengals finally go to the Super Bowl to get drubbed by the Rams.
who plays Joe Burrow? Macaulay Culkin. Old as fuck.
But not a bad one. Maybe Pistol Pete will come out of.
There you go. But I will say this. Like I said, I was watching that video and I was like, man, like that feeling, that rush, that like me, my brother, my dad celebrate that in like week 3 of a win, of like a game winning kick. And we're jumping around, we're hugging and shit, we're having a good time. I don't even know. I can't even bottle up the feeling it would be if we were going to the Super Bowl with a certain play. I don't know. Again, it hasn't happened since I was 10. How did you react when the Packers went to the Super Bowl a couple years back? What was that, 2011? So it's 10, 12 years ago.
I mean,
were you going absolutely nuts?
No, I'm weird like with that stuff. Like big moments like that, I just kind of take in. If it was the way they didn't win it big, like they kind of like it was in hand in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh actually did make a run, so I got a little nervous at the end.
No. I was talking about getting there.
Oh, getting
NFC
there?
title game.
I mean, I don't know. Like I was excited, but it's like there's still work to be done. So getting to the Super Bowl is
That's
very
such players speak, right?
there's.
Oh,
I mean,
so that's not the
I don't
goal.
want to get too excited. It's exciting to make it to the Super Bowl. Of course, it's exciting making it any round deeper into the playoffs. You get very excited about that, but as I said, there's still work to be done. And I don't believe in like celebrating too soon. No, I get happy about it, but there's some still potential real big heartache in that if your team loses.
I will say this.
I've experienced that. It's terrible.
Before we close, I will say that Micah Parsons, we were talking about him before, out racing the Cheetah and Nick Chubb. They interviewed Micah Parsons during the media and stuff, and somebody came up to him and was like, you've had such a magical season, led this in tackles and defensive rookie of the year potentially and defensive player of the year. What will you remember about the 2021 season? And he goes, losing in the first round. That's my guy. That is my guy.
There's
Draft those guys.
There's literally nothing else that he's allowed to say in that moment.
He could have very well said, "It's an honor to be the rookie
what
of
he
the
should
year.
have
It's
done,
one of my
honestly?
dreams."
If I was
he
Micah,
didn't.
if I was Micah Parsons in that moment, I would have been like, yeah, medium well.
Okay.
No, is that come with mashed potatoes or roasted potatoes?
Oh,
And then I
my
would
God.
finish it with
All
my
right.
steak.
All right, that'll do it on a Friday here for Sturch and Gooch. We hope you enjoy your fun-filled weekend full of the Olympics, which gets going tonight. The opening ceremonies were this morning. Apparently, I don't know. Is anybody actually watching? I don't know. There's people out there that do like certain things about the Olympics. I, for one, miss me at the whole thing.
We got sauce hired John McEnroe to train him in the tennis.
He's talking about a loose cannon. That's perfect for him, by the way. So yes, he's on my team. So hire all the people. I don't need any training. It's just tennis. So
I had to talk with my boy Joe about it yesterday. He's like, oh, he thought that you guys were rotating like one at a time. And then he was like, you're going to kill them. And then I was like, no, it's all three at once. He's like, well, one of them just going to play the net. I said, I hope it's Dave.
Wow.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Wow.
But
wow. So much more athletic than the sauce at the very least. You know what?
maybe.
And I would roast Scoop on a one-on-one too.
Oh, now we're
say
talking.
that,
Now
yeah.
we are talking because you guys don't have an actual shot against me. So if you want to actually have real competition, just go against each other.
That might happen too. That might happen before it.
Before
It'll
it-
all go
Let's
down.
Do
at the
yourselves a favor and
Chop Sports BQ.
do yourselves a favor and do the game against me first because you don't have to move around much. But if I get you guys after one-on-one matches of tennis, you have no shot whatsoever because tennis is grueling. Trust me, it is grueling sport.
I can't wait. I'm more impressed of what I'm probably gonna rock, like wear to this thing, like real stupid
A
short shorts, a
headband.
headband,
Yes.
wristbands galore, just
Some
all
New
the way up my
Balances.
arms.
You have
All
Some
red, white, and blue.
red, white, yeah, just
Yeah.
America
some tennis,
all over this
some
thing.
tennis Skechers.
Yeah. Perfect. And Dina, it's been ruled that you're going to be sitting in the chair, right? Like
Yes.
the judgment chair. Okay, just to make sure
I'll
we
get
get
to
the
be
right
tall for
calls.
once in my life.
Just make sure we get the right calls here, okay? But
Calls it like I sees it.
Kyle said he's the only one on the team that has played legitimate tennis.
bullshit. Now he plays tennis. He claims he's
actually-
Bro,
He
he's
actually
been
is good at
fucking
tennis.
working with McEnroe for a month. What are you talking about? He just said it.
Kyle said yesterday that he's very good at tennis. So
Knicks are eyeing De'Aaron Fox.
Is that
I
good?
think Scoop
Is
put
is
that. I mean,
good?
that if they want another guy that doesn't really play defense and is able to.
Oh my God! You know what's this even
De'Aaron
worse?
Fox is a really good player.
Dude, it's
though.
been 10 years since Linsanity. I feel like that was yesterday. God, what a great team that was. So much excitement. Did Melo ruin that? He really ruined that. And I love Melo, but the Linsanity thing, it's almost if like they couldn't grab, like somebody couldn't grab the entire like focus, like the spotlight. They couldn't share it. Linsanity was a thing for a long time, and all of a sudden Melo was like, yeah, okay, that's fun. I used to play tennis every weekend for a few years, winters. All right, well, we'll see.
Sounds a
Okay.
lot like me.
We shall see. For Sturch and Gooch and Dina, and of course, Ashmere Fit in the house as well. We'd like to thank you guys. Please like this video if you're watching it. Please subscribe to the channel. We are on a roll right now with subscriptions and new guys watching us each and every day. We appreciate you. Check out our website, chopsportsmedia.com. We got a whole podcast lineup. Scoops podcast dropped today. That's the Cross Court Cast, where he talks all a bunch of shit about the New York Knicks. So you can go check that out as he brutalizes them this week. So that's it. We'll see you guys next time right here from the same spot.
How about the All-Star snubs that we didn't get to talk about, which we didn't really have, we didn't prep that, but I do have two. Anthony Edwards and LaMelo.
LaMelo Ball?
Yeah.
His dad is just
I mean, no, it has nothing to do with his dad.
I feel like these family members are really starting to ruin these guys' reputations. Like obviously Mahomes' brother. It's like people are hating Mahomes now.
Because Lonzo Ball and LaMelo Ball have terrible reputations. They're both great dudes, well liked by all the fans. I think that they're good kids. And LaMelo Ball, LeVar Ball did a good job raising his kids. Let's not talk about this because it's
okay.
It'll be a whole nother ass topic.
Sam Grasso says 5 Lakes. Oh boy, I'm gonna sick Ashley on all you mother effers. You guys are done. See you guys Monday.